This is where we spill the tea. I mean, we're here.
We're on the Jones Beach Boardwalk.
Oh
Dee Snyder's calling it.
Wrap it up. We've been hanging out with the hot teas.
The hot teas, by the way, Armies. Hashtag Long Island Life. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back to Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on Long Island Life. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back.
Thank you. I missed you. I love listening to the pod, though. I feel like a voyeur when I listen, and it's like you and Michael, and I'm not on it, and then I just love it. It's hard though, because you want to be part of the conversation.
You want to chime in every time.
I do. I want to chime in.
That's how I feel when I'm not here.
But it was great, and I have a lot to unpack today because I've been gone for a couple weeks. So we'll start the show by saying, "How you doing?"
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Are you gonna ask how I'm doing?
Sorry. How you?
I'm like,
how you doing?
I mean, Sharon. You gotta be like, how you doing?
I was gonna say I'm doing good.
Yeah, you're like, I'm good.
I think. Right? We're good.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. Well, listen, you sound so much better.
I know.
You were so sick. So here's the dealio, which I didn't know because you were in Minnesota before taking your CDME courses, and then I went for the advocacy summit, and we literally passed each other in the air.
Right.
So I get there, and I was starting to feel not great.
Right.
And, fine, cold. So at the airport, I got some Dayquil. I paid the airport premium price for Dayquil. That
$15.
shows you how well I was not feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, and then the Dayquil kicked in the first night that I was there, and I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm in the lobby, talking to everybody, catching up, great. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, it's a no for me.
Yeah. I just got hit by a truck.
Not. I went to, I think, 2 sessions or maybe half the day. And then by the time it was lunch, I'm like, first of all, I shouldn't even be in this crowded
surrounding
room.
Anybody.
I should not be certainly breathing on the buffet.
Right.
So I went and got some soup and I went back to my room for lunch to sit there. And then I was like, I am dying. It was rough.
I know. It was so weird. I'm assuming we had the same sickness.
Yeah. And then I had to tell you, because you were in the courses with people that I knew.
Yeah.
And so I texted one of my friends, and I was like, because we were supposed to go to dinner, and I canceled dinner. I'm like, I can't go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I said, I'm just not feeling good. And she goes, yeah, I'm starting to get sniffles too. And I went, oh my gosh, I hope I didn't get you sick. And she goes, no, I think Sharon got me sick. And I'm like, what?
Sorry.
Sharon was sick. And I didn't even know because I hadn't talked to you. We've been texting.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, I heard you on the pod. You're like, hello, my name's Sharon.
It was awful. I was watching it the other night and I was like, wow, I sounded awful.
You're just a star though. You powered through because I didn't know you were sick. And then I'm like, you did the pod that way?
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done it.
It was just, the wine helps. But Dayquil helped. Everything was just... it's a cold. It's cold season.
And it was. And then, by the way, the next morning when I woke up, which is the day that I was leaving, felt fine.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I was like, it was like a 24-hour, little.
But it's funny because when we were at Monster Gallery, I was starting to get sick. I was I had a little tickle in my throat. I left the next day. And
you left the next day.
So I probably got you sick.
Yeah. Well,
sorry.
And probably the entire
CDME courses.
No, I was just I was trying so hard to steer clear because people were like, hi, you want to hug me? I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Steer clear. Anyway, so that was so funny. And then I heard you on the pod. I was like, that girl, you powered through. I'm super impressed. And Michael was so funny. I love listening to all of his celebrity.
I know. He's got so much.
Caught me up on everything. I was like, whoa, you guys. So funny. You got to a lot too. I was like, you covered a lot of partners and events. And celebrity. I was like, you guys are amazing. But I was saying buckle up, hot teas. Yeah. Because I'm in a weird place. Back. I have a lot going on.
I love it.
And this is kind of where I vent.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's funny because it feels like I'm not venting to people, but people listen.
And then they all comment or call you and they're like, you're right.
They're like, we agree about the emojis. That's crazy. I'm like, see?
I was waiting for Mark to email us about that.
Yeah. Oh, he really? Didn't. No. Oh, wow. So the thing I mostly have anxiety about right now is the lottery.
Yeah.
Because I am telling you, by the time this airs, I'm sure somebody will have won.
Do you remember the last time? It was a long time.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
It's $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Sharon, I always tell Thomas, I don't feel like I ask for much in our relationship.
Right.
which is a lie because I'm nightmarishly demanding.
He may say different.
Yeah. No, he's like, of course you don't, sweetheart.
You're amazing.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm such a disaster. But I'm like, but I do, all I ask is if you could just win the lottery.
Right.
Why?
Gotta be in it to win it.
Why is it so hard?
You got to be in it to win it.
He's in it.
Does he?
Of course.
I'm
like, if you don't win the lottery, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
The day that they announce somebody else won that lottery, I'm going to be so bitter. Yeah, and it's not us.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, I meant to buy tickets when we were in the city yesterday. I didn't.
So it's so funny because Dan's very different. He jokes about, would definitely buy lotto tickets, but he's always like, listen, if I win the lotto, I'll give you half and then I'm out.
What?
He's always such a jerk.
What?
He's like, I'm going to go live on an island somewhere.
That's fine, because I met your doppelganger yesterday at the LA Double R. I thought that was Dan. You have to tell the story.
I did. Okay, yeah. Are we getting
it? Okay, yeah. I guess I'm over the lottery, but I really need it, Sharon.
I know.
If there was ever a time I needed to win the lottery, it's right now.
Right now.
I need to just sleep.
Yeah.
And people are like, what would you do if you won the lottery? I would take a nap.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Island, on your brand new island.
I don't even care. Just under my covers.
Yeah.
I just want to rest. Mm-hmm. I'm just tired.
Well, yeah. I feel like 'tis the season for you. And us. I mean, everybody. You got a lot of traveling coming up, and we have a lot of events coming up.
And just this is the time of year where everyone gets weird. Yes. I feel like everyone's like, tell us everything that you did all year and why you exist. And I'm like, what? Everything we did, recap the year for me, but I only have 15 minutes. Right. Tell me why.
I love when people are like, what do you do? And we've told them
a zillion times.
And
and it's hard. Discover Long Island, for our hot teas, by the way, we don't just do podcasts and social media.
Right.
We actually invite visitors to come to Long Island for the purpose of our residents. So when visitors come, they spend, approximately, $6.3 billion a year, which translates into $760 million in local and state tax revenues. And that helps the quality of life for Long Islanders.
Right.
That's why we do it.
That's our mission.
We're bringing in people. We're talking about Long Island all over the world. So people come and visit, and then we have a positive perception of our destination to not only visit, but move your business, relocate. But what you hear is us, doing a podcast or being on social. People are like, that seems fun. Is that all you do?
Right.
I'm like, I can't.
Right. It's funny because when I was at the...
Where's the lottery?
Right. The LIBN awards dinner the other night. I was talking to somebody and they were saying, "Oh, so you do a podcast?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I told it a little bit about the podcast, but then I went into what Discover Long Island is and what we do, and they're like, "But your podcast?" And I'm like, "No, it's one thing."
It's awesome. And in fact, we have a special guest with us today,
yes.
Carrie.
Yes,
it's Carrie, right?
Yep.
Carrie, hello. She's a Stony Brook student who is doing a project, and she discovered our podcast. And when she called us to do an interview for her project, and we were like, she's like, "Can I come in and watch it?" We're like, "Sure." And she's great, but I had to tell her too, podcast is we just started this. Yeah. It's one very, very small thing that we do where, our mission is to be everywhere where content is being consumed.
Yes.
So we're everywhere. We're YouTube, we're Pinterest, we're doing ads, but we also do a lot of strategic marketing and partner relations, and we bring in meetings and groups and conventions, and that all takes relationship building and international tour operators. And what we do as a team, as a whole, is so extensive and comprehensive, and not a single person that's ever walked through this door or heard our presentation hasn't been blown away by the actual amount of in-depth work that we do.
Exactly. I mean, speaking of our producers, out right now, she's like, can
Alyssa
somebody
can't
cover
even
it?
be here because she's too busy doing everything else that we do other than this podcast.
Right. And so I love it. And back to Carrie's point, she was discovering our website, no pun intended, and she came across the podcast, and she thought, wow, what a great thing, great opportunity.
I could go on it because we're launching a new website. We're launching a new website next week. It's a big deal. It's been a year's work in progress.
I'm so excited.
People have no idea of the amount of work that goes behind that on behalf of the entire team here.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's just a lot. And so I'm emotional and tired. And I'm like, if I don't win that lottery,
I know.
Just when it's announced that morning, maybe don't call me that day.
All right. Maybe take a sick day.
I just get maybe a little skinny vanilla latte.
All right.
Because I'm going to need a pat. I'm going to need a little pat.
Pat.
It's okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait. Okay. So so we were in the city yesterday. I'm sorry, your story, because this is a good one.
This is a good one. So we were touring Grand Central Madison. What an amazing, incredible.
Yeah. Tell people what that is that don't know. Most people don't know.
So it's the East Side access to Manhattan.
Yes.
From Long Island.
Yes. But so people you have to go, people that have no idea about Long Island, right? Because we're listening to now, as Michael tells us, in 63 different countries.
So we have the Long Island Railroad that goes from, it's our mass transportation to Manhattan from Long Island, and we share multiple tracks. I think there was a total of 11 tracks that she was saying yesterday that go into Penn Station in Manhattan. So these tracks are now going to be alleviated by this East Side access through Grand Central Madison, which is absolutely beautifully renovated.
Yeah.
We took a tour, a hard hat tour. It was funny. We had to sign vouchers and everything, just all for protection and everything like that. And we were all wearing our hard hats and our safety glasses and our vests and everything like that. And we were lining up against the wall to do a head count of our staff that was there. And one of our tour guides, if you will.
I freaked out. I was like, Sharon!
Turns the corner and Kristen's like, Sharon, you didn't tell me Dan was going to be here. And I'm like, what? So those hot teas that don't know, my husband works for MTA. And he was not there.
It was his twin.
It was his doppelganger.
So, by the way, I literally went home and told my family about this, and I was like, I really think you've heard the stories, right? There was like a Long Island orphanage that where the three triplets were given up to three different families for like an experiment. People find their twins all the time.
There's like a whole Netflix series on that or something.
I'm like I literally could not stop staring at him the entire time.
The best part is, so I'm like trying to discreetly take pictures of this gentleman just to be able to be like, first of all, I asked some of our team members, like Shannon, I'm like, would it be awkward if I went up to him and be like, you look exactly like my husband? She's like, yeah, definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's weird. But
Michael's
so now
like, I would
I'm like discreetly taking pictures of him from like, you know,
that's weirder.
Because every time, so we had two tour guides. Paige, who was the communications
amazing, by the way,
director. She's amazing. I loved her. She was giving the tour, and he was kind of like behind the group to make sure that nobody got hurt and lollygagged, like he liked to say.
No, I love a New York tour. No lollygagging.
Yeah, but he said,
okay.
I was like, I made fun of him in the elevator. I'm like, you know, we're not lollygagging or whatever. And he's like, you know, somebody is a tourism person who he was working with, and he's like, they always love to call that on tours. They say no lollygagging.
Oh,
it's a New York thing. He's from Europe. Turns out it's not Dan's twin.
Okay, I don't know. I was like,
but you know, I got to know him. In the elevator.
Was cutie. I was like, Sharon.
So the funniest
if Dan
part
wants
is
to take half his half, it'd be like, fine.
Right. I got somebody. So no, I would never.
Of course.
As far as Dan would never either leave me.
I know you guys are the cutest,
but he always jokes about it.
Yes.
So I'm taking discreet pictures of this man, sending it to my sister group chat, and I'm walking, and we're getting low service because we're 450 feet underground in the tour. Amazing. So I come out of the tour, and all my sisters are like, "Oh my God, he looks so good in uniform. Look at him doing his job." And I'm like,
it's not Dan.
It's not Dan, guys.
It looked exactly like him, you guys.
Isn't that hysterical?
I could not stop staring at him. I did not understand how that was happening.
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, the funniest thing is, I'm like, this is Dan's doppelganger.
Did you tell Dan? Did you show it to Dan?
Yeah, he's like, I'm texting him too. I'm like, so I met your doppelganger, and he's like, I hope he's hot.
That's so funny. You're like, yep.
I'm like, he sure is. So then he's like, sends a picture of himself in the hard hat because I was doing a selfie in the hard. It was
cute.
Funny.
You guys are so cute.
Oh, so cute.
I love you guys. But that was such a cool tour, and just to, I mean, think about it. We got a sneak peek before it opened, which that's a once in a lifetime experience.
What a historical!
It's underneath Grand Central Station, right? So Grand Central Station, to people that aren't from New York, and you know, New Yorkers take it for granted because they're like,
if you think
Grand
about
Central,
Grand Central is on almost every movie that New York has taken place. You know,
it's a total iconic New York place, and so this has been a 20-year project. It started in 1999.
I know. Think about say that,
and she was saying, think about how much has changed during that time. They didn't have the Wi-Fi. They didn't have the cell phone service. They didn't have all this, and they've constantly changed and updated the project along the way while keeping it on time and on budget, which is, or is it on budget or is it over budget? I don't know, but I don't know how it wouldn't be.
Right.
With all of the new technology and changes.
Well, she did say they stayed on budget because when Chase came in and took over that.
Oh, they helped, yeah.
Yeah, they helped.
Because it's amazing. And so now, Penn Station, which is at Madison Square Garden, another iconic place, was the only place you could catch the LIRR to the Long Island Railroad to Long Island and go back to the city. And now you can go to either Penn or directly to Grand Central.
Right.
And from Long Island, directly from Grand Central.
So cool.
It was amazing, and I loved it.
I loved what she was saying, when she was talking about the, what do you call it, destruction? Like when they were using the dynamite and nobody knew,
underneath, they had to use, they had to implode. They had, dig tunnels. It's crazy.
Crazy what they were doing.
It was nothing short of crazy, and our team was awesome. And then afterwards, we took, the team went to lunch at Carmine's.
Yes, which is, very
total
classic,
iconic New York. Come on.
That's family style.
Family style. It was so great. Cute. Anyway, I loved that, and it was really cool. So thanks to the MTA for doing that. And other than that, I wanted to recap because I haven't seen you since your 50th dinner. 50 women, top 50 business women dinner.
So
how was
awesome.
it?
It was so awesome. So both Dorothy Roberts, which is
our board member,
Oxford Hospitality, was an honoree, as well as Dr. Park from Aram Spa.
Oh, that's right.
So it was so great. I got to hang out with Dorothy all night long, and Dr. Park, and I met Dr. Park's mom and everything, and Dorothy's husband. It was very, very sweet, and it was incredible. It was just a great event.
I'm sorry you weren't feeling well, though. It's kind of a bummer.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Everything that I was looking forward to, CDME, that.
Do you know who else was there? I saw on her Facebook, Teresa Santoro from Northwell Health.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, she was a top 50 businesswoman. I mean, you were in amazing company.
Yeah.
I was
they sent
Sharon,
out,
I'm sorry I wasn't there.
I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but they sent out the list yesterday of all the photos and stuff like that.
Cool.
So cool. I can't wait till to see that. But it was an incredible night. I loved it. It was so nice to be honored. But the Nassau County Comptroller was the keynote speaker, and she did an amazing job.
Elaine Phillips. She did such a great job. Her speech was awesome. It was she's an inspirational leader. I mean, she's really very, very well respected.
Yeah.
And so I saw that she was your keynote. I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah, I was disappointed because they keep you in a room. So as an honoree, they keep you they try to move the program along, which I totally understand.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So they take all 50 women and put them in a room, and then
and then you all walk out.
You miss out in the networking opportunity with the other people that are there, like Elaine. I would love to see her and meet her, but I didn't get a chance because just that's how I got to network with Dr. Park and other people. There was
the top 50 businesswomen. I mean, you're back there hey.
We were having a good time, and there was another one there that she looks so familiar. I have to look up. I'll have to show you her picture when I look at the pictures. I don't remember her name, but she just. I'm
sure you know her. I'm sure we know her. And then also, how was your Halloween? Because I haven't even really talked to you since Halloween.
Halloween was good. Braden's at an age where he wants to be scary.
Oh.
And I don't like that.
What was his costume?
Mike Myers.
Oh, that's scary.
Oh, wait, let me tell you this story. So, Mike Myers' Halloween, right?
Yes.
Halloween Ends is the new movie?
Yes.
So he, for a week straight, was telling me he doesn't want to decorate. What am I trying to say? Dress up. He didn't want to, he's like, I'm getting too old for it, everything like that. And we go to Party City that Friday, and he decides, all right, this Friday I'm gonna be Mike Myers from Halloween. So he decided last minute that he wants to dress up. So now we're Friday before Halloween at Party City.
Gotcha.
So he's like, can I be Pennywise from It?
Scary.
I'm like, no, you're 10. And you have little sisters. That's going to freak them out.
No.
Can I be, whatever. I'm just trying to get him to be Beetlejuice because how cool.
That was so
they had
cute.
such a good costume. And he's like, no, I don't do that. So he's like, all right, can I be Mike Myers? I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. It's whatever. So we get everything we need. We go up to the counter, line 60 people deep. It's the Friday before Halloween. I'm sweating in there, sweating. It's so hot. We get up to the counter. The woman's like, $145. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
What?
What's $145? This is a romper, a knife, and a mask.
There was no pricing on it when you picked it up?
It was so late, so it was all just messy everywhere. Yeah. So she's like, the mask is $85. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Michael Myers mask is $85. And she's like, yeah, all of our masks range from $50 to $80. And I was so that person. I'm like, and it's final sale, so you can't even buy it and return it like Michael's.
That was hilarious, by the way. I died laughing.
Because it's Party City. And So I was like, all right, I'm not going to take the mask, but I'll take everything else. Fine. We check out, we leave, and I'm like, all right, we'll stop at Target. There's no, Target has Christmas stuff up now. Like, Halloween wasn't even happening, and they didn't even have Halloween stuff anymore. Like, it's just crazy how fast they change it. So I decided to just paint his face.
Oh, smart.
Turns out it was fine.
Yeah. Smart.
But I don't like whatever.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. So our Halloween was really weird. Because I just think last year we always have the parties, right? Our house is where the party is. All the teenagers come. It's hang out. And plus it was on a Monday, which is so annoying. I was so ready for it to be over by Monday. I was like, let it go. Halloween, over it. And so we shouldn't still be talking about it. So over. But I have to tell you that we get no trick-or-treaters at our house.
Right.
Because it's just too far to walk.
Yeah,
and it's we're kind of the woodsy.
Yeah.
So nobody comes. But our kids all did other stuff. Like Tegan, so Kenzie's gone. Tom's kids were at their mother's house. Tegan decided to volunteer for Key Club to do the trunk or treat for the little kids.
So cute.
And then she just went to her friend's house for a little while. So, and then I think they went to a couple neighbors. But so it was just Thomas and I. I'm like, oh my God, 1 year difference. And we have zero kids. We're like, it was so boring.
Aww.
I mean, it was fine. And then we had 3 trick or treaters.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just standing there. It was sad. You can see it on the ring. I'm just standing outside with my bucket of candy, hello? Anyone? And then we got this one last group of older, teenagers.
Yeah.
At 8 something at night, so it's pitch black. And they ring the doorbell, and I open it. It was four boys, and I'm like, you're in Three Village when they were like, how do you like our Revolutionary War costumes?
Oh my God,
I'm like,
so
they're iconic. I love them.
I love it.
They were all dressed up as Revolutionary War soldiers. And I'm like, awesome. You guys are amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, neighborhood rocks.
I love that.
I love the Three Village kids.
That is so cute. We had one trick-or-treater that came up because we were trick-or-treating with the little ones, and we have the Ring camera. So there, we left the bucket out, and there's this one kid who's probably 7 or 8 years old with his father.
Nope.
That comes to the bucket and puts it all in his pillowcase. I'm like, are you serious?
What parent listened to that? Come on.
Even the father walked up with them.
I only had 3 little trick-or-treaters and I had a huge bucket, so the parents were there, and we know them. They're our neighbors.
Yeah.
And I love their kids.
Yeah.
So I was like, take as much as you want. Just take it. And they were living their best lives.
Good.
But their parents were like, stop it.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. Stop.
I know. We were dealing with that too.
I was the instigator. I'm like, take more.
Yeah. If
you don't take it, I'm going to eat it.
Exactly. So, or everybody's bringing it into this office.
But no, that's not appropriate. You don't do it.
No.
Anyway, okay, so Halloween's over, thank God.
Thank God.
And now we're moving on to Thanksgiving and the holidays. And during this holiday season, I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of wine.
There's a lot of wine, but wait, can we just recap one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
Yesterday you celebrated your 7-year anniversary moving here to Discover.
Yesterday was 7 years to the day.
I can't believe that.
And it's so funny because when this part is probably another reason I'm emotional, because this time of year is always really poignant to me because I remember moving here amongst all these incredible fall colors.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this place is so amazing.
Yeah.
And when I would drive to work, it was so different than where I came from.
Desert,
no trees, no colors,
right.
And it was hard. It was a very difficult time to come because I didn't know where I was going to live. And I was a single mom with 2 kids. And I was starting a new job and I didn't know anything about the organization, as you know, was I needed a reality show. Where was Michael when I needed a reality show at the time?
Can you imagine if Michael worked for us then?
Because I needed Lori Ansaldi, who's going to be with us next week. I needed her to come and cover everything because it was crazy. But it was like I said, it was a very scary, lonely time. My kids didn't get to move with me right away because I didn't have a place to live. Mm-hmm. So it took a couple months to figure that out. And it was just like, what am I doing? And it was weird, but I just felt something. I just felt a pull. I felt the opportunity. I wanted to be here. I thought New York was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a dream of mine to be a New Yorker always. And I think a lot, of people do dream about that. And New Yorkers take that for granted.
Sure.
You know, and so when I came here, I was just like, it was like a movie, I was like, I just had some kind of tug, and most people thought I wasn't going to make it, maybe including me.
Right. we question it every once in a while. Is this really happening? But no, I think it's been an incredible 7 years. Everything that you've accomplished here, including the rebrand and restructure of this organization. I mean, I say it all the time in interviews, and I don't think people really understand. You know, when we're interviewing for candidates and new employees and stuff like that, I'm like, what you have done for this organization is absolutely incredible.
You're so
and
sweet.
It's just cheers
to you. I said thanks to Sharon for being my ride or die.
Ride or die always, girl.
Honestly, I would not be here sitting in this chair without you.
Oh my God.
And every member, like I said, past and present of Discover Long Island team. So thank God. Okay, we got to take a sip. Cheers.
Yep.
Yay. And so it was really sweet. And it's been awesome. My girls love it. They're New Yorkers. Oh, speaking of, real quick, before we get to the wine of the week that we just cheersed, I'm leaving tomorrow to go see Kenzie at Arizona State.
I know, you're so excited.
Oh my God. I'm going to post something. I'll tag the podcast, Michael, so you can share it. So you should see my kitchen counter, which is me preparing to go see Kenzie at Arizona State. Basically 4 giant gallon Ziplocs of bagels.
I love it.
I got to take her New York bagels.
I love it. And then did you get her cream cheese too? Because it's very different.
Is it? No, it's not. Is it? No.
The deli cream
girl,
cheese.
I cannot take cream cheese on the plane. So
all right.
Let me live.
All
okay.
Right.
What about pizza?
She asked that. She's like, and also pizza. I'm like, girl, get it. No. You're going to be home soon.
Yeah.
I'm already checking a bag for these bagels.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
So I'm like,
Take a picture of that.
yeah, I did.
That
I took
is
it
so
in the suitcase.
funny.
Like literally, I'm like checking a bag. I'm like, it's not going to be fit in my carry-on.
Right.
It's huge. And here's the best part. This is such a Long Island story because my flight, they're picking me up at 4:30 in the morning, right? So my flight's too early. The bagel shop isn't open yet. And so I text my bagel guy. I got a guy.
You got a guy.
And I texted him and I was like, listen, it's not open early enough in the morning and I want the freshest bagels, you know, so and what time do you close? He's like, we close at 3, but listen, just give me your order. I'll set it aside for you. I'm going to tell me which ones you want. I'll have him aside waiting. And he's like, I double bagged it for you.
Oh my God.
He's like, I got you. I'm like, I'm going to put it in Ziplocs anyway. But he was like, are you good? You got it?
I love it.
I know. But who texts their bagel guy?
I love it.
Their order.
Awesome.
And he's like, hey.
Yeah, I got you.
You tell her.
Oh my God.
How's she gonna like it? How's she like in Arizona State? Like
it's so cute.
It's such a great Long Island story. And as much as, you know, being like, you know, in the small villages sometimes has its pros and cons.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a pro.
It is a pro.
All right, let's talk about the wine because we could go on forever.
So we're drinking the very delicious.
It is delicious.
Laurel Lake Vineyards 2015 Cabernet Sauvignon. It has a grassy. Yep. What is that? Herbaceous?
Yes, probably.
Herbaceous streak.
Sharon, I miss it when you done. Like, I miss this.
I don't even know what this says.
But oh, my God.
But it's not vegetal. Instead, showing tart. What does this say,
like,
Michael?
We can't make it up. Wait, where is it? Where is it? It's a grassy, herbaceous streak, but it's not vegetal.
Instead showing tart cherry flavors that turn cranberry-like on the finish, where they also pick up some caramel notes.
Wow, that was descriptive. So they're basically saying like herbs, but not like dirt, like not earthy, not earthy. And it's true. It's actually really good. This is a new one for us.
Yeah, Laurel Lakes. I love it.
Laurel Lake. And so, again, just a testimony that when you're in your local Long Island liquor store or when you are at the restaurant, ask for that Long Island wine and try it. Because
we say that all the time because you never know. It may sound funny, you know. It may sound like I don't know, afraid to try it. I mean, like a white Merlot, we talk about that all the time, and we love a white Merlot.
And this one, this is a cab, which is great. So it's a Long Island cab, but we didn't know. We'd never had this vineyard before, and we tried it. It's like, oh my God, it's good.
And Long Island is very well known for cab.
Yeah, that's true. And Michael chilled it for us
a
little bit, which is key.
Yeah.
So thank you to our sponsors, Long Island Wine Country. We just love them so much. By the way, I will announce here that they are a finalist for our Partner of the Year award at our upcoming galas, which we just love Long Island Wine Country. And honestly, I need to go to the vineyards. This is the time of year I like to go to the vineyards.
Yeah.
You know, it's it's right now it's hot outside
It
still.
is.
It's still
It's, like,
warm. But
weird
even
day.
as it gets cold, they'll have like fireplaces.
Yeah.
And they have all these like, a lot of them have like the little huts or the igloos with the blankets.
Patios, yeah.
There's nothing better.
I know.
And get a little inn, just stay for the night.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
It's amazing. And like you just said, sitting outside with the outdoor heater and like a little flannel blanket.
There's
so
literally
cute.
nothing better than that. No, you're like you're not there with the crowds.
Right. It's
All
amazing.
of Michael's reality show influencers are gone. They're not there with their influencer
funny.
outfit, which make you feel less than.
Right.
You're like, no, I'm just gonna stay with my blanket and drink wine.
That's what I love a lot about our vineyards and wineries is that like there's really no true dress code or
No,
you
it's
know,
true.
like,
It's very casual. And they're all different.
Yeah.
So real quick before we go on from our Long Island wine country, which we love, can you guys leave us a review?
Yeah.
Also, you get $5 off merch if you leave us a 5-star review. A, and B, it helps us spread the word, right?
Mm-hmm.
And C, we're now doing all these presentations and we're highlighting our reviews and all of our presentations. So we're giving people shout outs.
Speaking of reviews.
Oh, did we get one?
No, we got some people that reached out to us through Instagram.
Okay.
So this is like a little bit of fun stuff that we plan on doing. Pop-Up Speakeasy.
I love her.
She loves us. She's one of our hottest teas. Like she is such a big fan.
And if you have not been to the Pop-Up Speakeasy,
It's amazing.
you have to go.
Even just look her up on Instagram, Pop-Up Speakeasy. She shows so much of her content is her studio.
She's
and
so
it's just
creative and amazing.
I love her. She's awesome.
And I was just telling Michael about it because he told me she reached out. I was like, you know what? We're talking about holidays, right? And starting your holiday pictures. Mm-hmm. I mean, talk about doing something cool.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, stop it. You know, okay, I get fall colors are great. You've done it 45 times.
Yeah.
You on your staircase
In front
with your
of
family.
yeah.
Stop it. Go to Pop-Up Speakeasy
It's so
right
awesome.
now and do like in front of a neon sign or do a little pose. Do something
She has
really
a
fun.
new content house, the cutest vintage house transformed into a multi-themed content space. So that's so cool.
So it's a house.
Yeah.
Because she was in like a warehouse thing.
Yeah, so she moved.
That's
and
cool.
She's got like such a great experience.
We're gonna go.
Her newest pop-up is
We're
the
gonna
content
go,
house.
for sure.
We need a new photo update anyway.
I don't. I'm like, no, I'll go with my years old photo. Thanks.
Go
Let me
with
just
last
stick
year.
with that.
Too
I
funny.
know. No.
We've also got reached out to one of our hot teas, Brianna Halsey Rogers. She asked us if we wanted some samples of Hampton's preserves and sweet meat kitchen. It's jams, jellies, preserves. Yeah, we want samples.
Well, of course. And you know what? Also, again, what a great perfect timing as we're talking about Thanksgiving and doing something cool, having the Hamptons on your table through their jams. So yeah, send
I love
us those.
the
Send
charcuterie
us
board
those.
with the jams and everything.
Oh
like
my God,
that.
I'm so glad you said that because I was going to say also shout out I wanted to give to the charcuterie broads. Isn't it the charcuterie broads?
I think so.
And they gave us that charcuterie board. Who was it that gave us?
I think that was On Board LI.
On Board LI.
Yeah.
On Board LI. And just get your charcuterie boards now.
Yeah.
And order them because they sell out.
Yeah.
Listen, on Thanksgiving Day, you can make your own charcuterie board. Sure, fine.
But
you don't
you're
want to be
also
doing
making a
that.
turkey,
You
so
don't want to. You're busy.
Order it.
Order it. Let them make it amazing and special.
Yeah.
Just order it.
Yeah.
And then take one thing off your list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
On
think so.
Board LI.
Yep.
Follow them on Instagram and you can see what they do.
It's beautiful, beautiful pieces.
That charcuterie board they made for us.
Yeah.
Crazy. So good.
I love a charcuterie board, especially on Thanksgiving because you want to save room.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to eat like
Yeah. You don't want a bunch of dips.
Right. You want
Just give me some protein, a little something to get me through.
Yep.
Because I don't want to eat too much before
and
the
it always
turkey.
pairs really well with Long Island
And there's a
wine.
lot of Long Island charcuterie boards, that we're talking about, but go to them. Go ahead.
So, Kristen, you know what else is happening? We talked about it last week on the pod. It's Restaurant Week. So this is our last chance to just make sure that our hot teas are going out and getting the local foods.
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
talked
like
about
that.
supporting our local restaurants and the workers. And I totally agree. And also at a great discount. Here are some highlights that we recommend. H2O Seafood and Sushi in Smithtown. That place is awesome. They have indoor and outdoor seating. So on a beautiful day like today, that place is hopping.
Right.
Our big partners, Jake's
58 offers a full range of eateries to cater to your every craving. That's what's awesome about them is they do have a full restaurant. It's awesome.
Yeah, people don't realize that.
They don't
you
realize.
can go in there and maybe you can even win your dinner.
Right? Speaking of winning the lottery.
Yeah, seriously. And then Smuggler's Jack in Massapequa, which is waterside dining throughout the year, and Avino's Italian Table in Bellport. Is this the one you guys were talking about? Was it Avino's yesterday? But it's a second generation family owned and operated establishment. And warm and welcoming atmosphere. But listen, any of the restaurants on Restaurant Week, check it out. It's on our blog.
Yeah.
Go discoverlongisland.com and we'll have all the restaurants participating, and I'm sure there's one in your neighborhood. So take advantage of it before it's too late.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of events this week. We've got Long Island Restaurant we just talked about, Six Harbors Brewery, which we love.
Comedy night was so cool.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
This is really cool. 1940s style dance class at the church at Sag Harbor.
This is our new partner,
I
the
know.
church.
Yeah.
What an
it looks
awesome
amazing.
place.
I gotta go there.
So cool.
And I don't know what 1940s dance style
I think
is,
it's like swing, right?
Oh, okay. That sounds like a good workout too.
Yeah.
The Quag Wildlife Refuge. You guys talked about that last year. I think that they
and
have
they're
the light
actually
the night.
featured in our LITV episode this week.
Oh, cool. So you can actually see it before you go.
Yeah.
This is one of the best events all year. The Long Island Aquarium
I
Fish
want to
and
go
Sips.
to it every time. Can we go to it?
First of all, how cute is that name? Fish and
Fish
Sips.
and Sips. I mean, Brian, if you're listening,
we love
we
love you, and it's popular and it sells out.
Yeah.
So make sure you get your tickets right away. That's on November 11th. A lot of these are on the 11th. And by the way, it's a holiday weekend anyway because of Veterans Day. So this is a perfect time to go to these events.
And then also the Long Island Nets Basketball Academy Clinic at Yes We Can Community Center is also on the 11th. And they also have their first home game of the season.
Long Island Nets are back.
Whoop, whoop.
Home game of the season on November 13th, which is a perfect family fun and friendly event. And the Fit Doc will be there covering it for us, and Michael's going to go. So support those Long Island Nets.
Yeah, totally.
Oh my God. Can I just say one more thing? Because I was trying not to drink too much wine because I'm trying to go to bar today.
Yeah.
So I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
I did my 1,000th bar class.
Well, no, you did.
No, I didn't tell the pod though. I don't think I told the pod. I put it on Insta. But
okay. I was like, when we talked, I knew you were going to do it. You were so afraid that you weren't going to be able to do it.
I did my 1,000th bar class, and so I did it, and it took me a long time to do it. Thank you, yay, woo!
Clap button there.
And I did put it on Insta, and it was so funny because when you do it, I got like a tank top, the 1,000 Club, and some socks, and it's like a big deal.
I love it.
And so it took me 7 years to do this, by the way, to do 1,000 bar classes. It's not easy to do, and I go all the time, right?
Right.
And so I go, I'm like flexing a little bit. I mean, it wasn't cold, but it was like today, right? Which some people could wear a sweatshirt, but I was like, no, I'm going to go to the Starbucks down here with my tank top on after my class.
Heck yeah.
Like flexing. Yeah. Like 1,000, in case you didn't know.
I did it.
And I walk in, and this is not a joke. I walk in, and there's a lady in there that goes to my bar studio. She's wearing her sweatshirt, 2,000 Club.
Get out.
I'm like, can I just enjoy one moment?
Give me my moment.
And it was like American Psycho.
Oh my God.
When he's looking at the card and with the gold embossed. I was like, immediately I go into like a black rage sweat. Like I'm like, I got to get to 2,000. I got to get to 2,000. How did you get 2,000? The studio has only been open for 8 years.
And you're competitive. Rage.
I lost my mind.
You lost it. I can imagine.
I went home to Thomas. I'm like, do you want to know what just happened to me?
Poor Thomas.
It's like, what are the odds? 2,000 Club. And she's got the sweatshirt. I had the tank top. I'm like, okay, well,
good for you.
Congratulations. I'm a loser.
No, that's
amazing.
amazing.
I'm trying to finish the fall fit fun something. It ends tomorrow, and I have to go today. And then and then I leave tomorrow. And so I literally have to do like an online course or do a double tonight. I have to figure it out. But I've got 2 classes left and 2 days to do it. And one of them I'm in flight. So
I'll figure it out. You'll get it done.
I'll figure it out because I've got to do it. Yeah. Because otherwise she's going to be at Starbucks. Right. And we'll have missed it by one class and I can't live.
Oh anyway, my God, that is funny.
This is the random local stuff that happens.
But it's so like for our hotties that know you and your competitiveness.
2,000 Club. I'm like,
the rage
really?
that probably ensued that morning, I am sure.
And if you have not seen American Psycho, you probably shouldn't watch it. It's twisted, but it's just. Have you seen it, Michael? You know the gold embossed business cards from. He's a Wall Street stockbroker, and the guy shows him the card, and the other guy's business card is better than his, and he like goes into a pretty much manic rage. That was me. Okay, so Long Island Life. I have big news.
Yes.
I made it on to Long Island Wise Guy.
I saw your post.
Did you see
Did
it?
he repost
He
it?
reposted
Oh
it.
my God.
So I can check that box.
Yes.
So we love Long Island Wise Guy. If you don't follow him, you should totally follow him. He's hilarious, and he always reposts videos. And I was coming out of a bar, and I noticed him because this guy's on his cell phone talking really loudly in the middle of the parking lot. Yeah. And so I look over, laying down in the parking lot, doing like bicycle exercises, like the crunches. Middle of the parking lot, next to the grocery store.
Like he was working out.
Jeans,
he was in like
jacket. Yeah. Right next to the grocery store cart return.
Oh my God.
Laying down, talking loudly while he lays on the parking lot and exercises. And I just like immediately got my video. I'm like, this is finally going to be my Long Island Wise Guy moment. This is it.
Are you going to tell them what else he was doing?
Oh, and then after he got up from the ground, then he decided to like straddle the pole of the cart return. I got that too. I did. But
he was like dancing on it. I don't know what he was doing.
While on the phone.
It was like,
why? So many questions. But I was like,
questions. And it was not like, 5 o'clock at night.
No.
It was
total
like
broad daylight.
Morning.
Daylight. Middle of East Setauket.
So funny. I'm like, so glad you got on Wise Guy.
I'll send it. I think I copied you. Did I copy you, Michael? If not, I'll send it to Michael so we can repost it for the hot teas.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
You got to see this.
I literally busted out laughing. Like laugh out loud was legit.
Oh my God, you got to see this. Also, speaking of the holidays coming up, Mariah Carey has a holiday show.
Oh.
At what we, as Long Islanders, call MSG.
MSG.
Otherwise known as Madison Square Garden.
She has a holiday show?
Yeah, so she's got at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
And in fact, it's on December 13th. And in fact, it sold out so fast, she added a second show.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
telling you. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
No, maybe. I mean, I'm a huge Mariah Carey fan from back in the day. Yeah. She's my genre. Yeah. So I love her. I mean, I just don't go out, but yeah.
I just don't leave my house.
I mean, maybe.
When I don't have to.
Yeah, I'm a recluse, but maybe. And two more things, and then I'll turn it over to you. One, I was saying this to the team yesterday, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yes.
Who is famous for doing Hamilton on Broadway, as you know.
He also wrote and produced Encanto.
Yes. He just came out with his next new Broadway show is going to be.
What is it?
New York.
Yes. I cannot wait.
Yes.
Are you a fan?
No.
I know you're not. I know.
I'm not a fan of his. I didn't love Hamilton. I'm like the only person. I'm like the Seinfeld where Eileen or what's her name? She doesn't like the English Patient. That's like totally me.
Yeah, I think it's probably because you're such a history buff, so you feel like
maybe. I do love history, and I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know, whatever.
I jam out to that soundtrack.
Would you think I would love it?
Yeah.
No, I don't love. Anyway, whatever. But I'm really excited about New York.
Encanto?
No, I don't have. No, my kids aren't small enough for me to watch.
I would still watch a Disney movie by myself.
I paid my Disney movie dues.
Yes, I know.
Now I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I don't care how good it is.
No, it's good. It is good.
I've heard it's awesome.
I love him.
Yeah.
And he was also on Jimmy Fallon the other night. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my God, they were doing like a sing-off. They're hysterical. Like, you know how Jimmy Fallon does that?
I love it.
It's hysterical. Like, you have to look it up.
I think he's incredibly talented, and I am very excited about New York.
I know.
That's awesome. Love that he's doing that because he's very involved in Broadway and bringing back Broadway since the pandemic. And he's very involved in New York City and tourism. He was actually on their tourism committee. So he's doing New York.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
He was on the tourism committee for New York City and Company.
Wow.
Our counterparts there. So he's involved, and I love that.
Awesome.
Another big thing, and this is the article I pulled out. I was thinking about Michael when I saw this because I saw this sign the other day, this real estate sign, and I was like, "Is that the agency?"
Yeah, and that was going to be my celebrity.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Go,
you do it. I've talked too much.
No, you didn't. I talked too much. I mean, like, you can't. So I just saw this on the patch, actually. Not even.
Oh, okay.
So this is incredible, and Michael is going to be totally. I don't know if
have you heard this, Michael?
Heard this?
I know about the show. Are they coming here?
No, the multi-million-dollar real estate brokerage is coming to Bayshore. It's the husband of Kyle Richards,
Mauricio, who owns the agency real estate company.
They're coming to Bayshore.
Yeah. Bayshore.
Doing that?
No, they're opening up an office. So they have one office
crazy?
in Huntington right now, the agency, and they're expanding at rapid pace, and their next office is in Bayshore. So and I thought, how smart of Mauricio, because he's not doing the Hamptons or simply, he's going into the rest of Long Island because he's a smart, savvy person. And we might have the next reality show of the agency selling Long Island. Because he's got selling Beverly Hills, or what is it? Yeah.
Building Beverly Hills?
Yeah, something like that. It was in here. But Mauricio, who is the husband of Kyle Richards, who's the Real Housewives of New York, which Michael was talking about, who I love Mauricio.
Beverly Hills.
She's the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
What'd I say?
New York.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which is my favorite one, actually. And,
because that's like the OG.
I know.
Housewives show.
Orange County, I think it was the first one, right? And then Beverly Hills shortly followed, right?
Orange County, New York, Beverly Hills.
Okay, Orange County, New York, Beverly Hills. No, good. Michael, thank God you're here. So I saw the real estate sign. It said the agency, and I was like, is that Mauricio?
It's so funny because and
in Bayshore, your neighborhood.
Yeah, my hometown. I'm so excited about that. But
I think we should reach out to them because they're clearly about marketing and promotion. And the destination, it's when they do a reality show, it's not just about the houses. Right. They utilize the cachet of the destination to sell the houses.
That's so awesome.
So that's on our list. Cool, right?
All
right. So Sharon, I messed that up. You're a celebrity.
No, that's okay.
All right. What else you got?
What is it?
Because I have.
I talked. Firefly Lane season 2 comes out on December 2nd.
Oh,
Firefly. Remember, Katherine Heigl.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's been a long time.
I know.
They shouldn't wait so long
I know.
between series. And we're like, what?
I know. Have you watched Game of Thrones? Okay.
No, I know. I heard you and Michael, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
I finally watched it.
I don't know when I'm going to watch it because I'm going to be in Arizona.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I've been listening to Taylor Swift on repeat. Taylor Swift.
Do you like it?
I'm obsessed.
So many people are.
I'm obsessed with it. And it's so good. And by the way, her folklore and all that, it was fine. Mm-hmm. It wasn't my favorite, but I thought it was, I appreciate the talent. I appreciate what she did during that time of COVID and all of that and the storytelling. And I'm a huge Taylor fan from the beginning. But so I was like, okay. And then this Midnights, especially the 3 a.m. version.
Yeah.
With the song about, Paris. Sharon, the lyrics are so amazing. I relate to everything she says. Karma is a favorite. Paris is a favorite. She's got so many good songs.
Oh, good.
Tegan knows every word. And yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? She just announced her tour.
Right.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
her 2023. And also, by the way, has the top 10 Billboard songs. All 10 of the top 10 Billboard songs are hers.
Her? Of course.
It's like the first time.
Awesome.
Yes, literally. And she broke Spotify. She crashed Spotify.
It. I heard that. Yeah.
And it's so good. So we had to do, it was like Kenzie's texting me from Arizona, and they're on this group chat, Mom, you got to get on the pre-sale, go on Ticketmaster and apply. I'm I'm literally at a lunch meeting right now. Allison was with me, and I was my phone, I had 27 texts. And
you think it's an emergency.
And then Kenzie calls me, I'm really not appreciating the silent treatment when we're trying to talk about Taylor Swift. I'm
my God.
I am in the middle of an executive committee meeting.
So funny.
I'm sorry.
I think, what I love so much about Taylor Swift is how many generations she touches.
Well, that's her tour. It's called Eras.
No, really?
Eras.
Oh,
so Tegan just came out with what she thought might be not true, but it's the quote-unquote leaked set list for the songs, and she read them to me in the car, and I was like, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
they all sounded amazing.
Oh my God, that's
and we've
awesome.
seen her twice. We saw her in Arizona, and we saw her at MetLife. Is it MetLife?
Yeah, New Jersey.
Yes, and that's where she's going to be again.
Yeah,
she's got 2 shows there. So
because she's that big. I mean,
she only does stadiums.
Yeah, because she's.
I talked to the UBS Arena when we were there, and they were like, no, she only does stadiums.
Wow.
And it's still stadium sellout tours, and you still may not get a ticket. That's what I was talking about it
yesterday. Is what does that mean on its pre-sale list? So you get a special code.
Sharon, I feel like you and I need to open up a bottle of Long Island wine, and I need to. I do this to my sister. I do this to my sister who says I'm not sure about Taylor Swift. I'm let's sit down and listen to the 10-minute version, and I need to talk to you about it. I need to talk you through the lyrics. I need to explain to you.
Saying?
the gravity of what she's saying. Okay. Because I love like her song Paris. I relate so much to so much of it. And she's like talking about, oh, did you see their outfits? And did you see this? And she's like, no, because we were somewhere else. We were in Paris drinking champagne in an alley. And she talks a lot about, you know, what she's gone through and her public scrutiny and her reputation. And she's been judged by so many people, as so many women are. And she struggles with it. I mean, one of her songs, which one was, Michael, are you a Swiftie? You're not a Swiftie. She's talking about one, and she's very self-deprecating in this song. And she's like, I'm the problem. Hi, it's me. And I can stare at the sun all day and not look in the mirror. And she's got this one lyric, like, sometimes I feel like everybody's a sexy baby and I'm a monster on the hill, because she's like so tall. And I mean, even Taylor Swift has insecurities. Yeah. And for me as a mom of teenage girls, that is such a great message for them to hear. They've grown up with her, and they really feel like they can relate to her, because she goes through heartbreak and she gets angry and she's wrong about stuff. Right. And she wants to just escape and not deal with the scrutiny and social media. And I just love her. So
she's so cute.
Feel like we're going to have a Taylor Swift listening party where I force her on you. And
I do love her. I do love her. I think she's so incredibly talented and amazing and beautiful and everything. But I'm not a like, oh my God, I need the pre-sale.
Yeah, you got to listen to the lyrics.
Shannon. Shannon literally set her alarm for 3 a.m. when it was dropping.
Yeah. So did Tegan. Yeah. Tegan was up at midnight and then set her alarm for 3 a.m. They love it. And I already have her Christmas list. And what, like the Taylor Swift t-shirt, one of her lyrics is like, sometimes I think I'm just too soft for all this. Aww. And so this shirt is, I'm too soft for this. And I'm like, I need that shirt. I am too soft for this sometimes. I just don't have the thick skin for it sometimes. Right. I'm just trying to, do good work and do what we do. And sometimes it's hard, right? Yeah, and I'm just like, I just want to, hang out and, go to Paris or be in my bedroom or just be in my backyard.
I love it.
Win the lottery.
Yeah.
So, okay. With that said, we have so much fun stuff coming on. Michael was here in the office today, and we were talking about, thank you to everyone that reaches out to us, by the way. Yes. When you reach out and ask us to come to your property or try your product or whatever, we really
absolutely love to.
We take it to heart.
We do. I think we take it personally too. That like you're totally reaching out to us. I think that's so amazing.
It is amazing,
and I love it.
Me too. And we're doing it. Yeah. So, and we pay attention. If so, we haven't gotten back to you right away, please know we read every single message that you send us, and we talk about it as a team. Carrie was here. She knows, right? So she heard us all talk about it. And she was one of those people that reached out to us on DM. Yeah. And now she's here in our office. So we do talk about it. We listen to it. We're planning some super fun stuff. I have to tell you, I'm super excited for Lori Ansaldi next week, who is the producer of Kim K's Spotify podcast called The System.
Yes.
And Lori, also a Long Island girl. Not Bayshore, I think. Is it?
Babylon.
Mm-hmm. Lori's from Babylon. And so I've known Lori for like 15 years.
I think we're going to tell
you
it's
the story of how we met, which is hilarious.
I can't wait to have her.
Which was way before I ever came to Long Island.
I know.
And who knew that I would be here and she'd be in LA and then someday she'd be on a podcast.
It's so crazy.
The world is funny. I can't wait for you to tune in and hear all about it. Yeah. Until then, listen to Taylor Swift, leave us a review, and follow our Insta and turn on your notifications.
Yes.
All right, thanks.
See you next week.